Hi everyone, Teacher Ben from Magic Ears. I wanted to take a few minutes today to explain how important it is to use mute to control our classroom environment. You know, even the best teaching can become ineffective if one student has bad noise. So why do we mute? Well, it's really for two reasons. The first reason is we want all our students to enjoy the class without distraction. So if we have one noisy student, the other students cannot enjoy the class. The second reason is it protects you as a teacher from complaints from the other parents. The last thing we want as teachers is complaints. So it's really important to use mute. So what kind of noise are we talking about? Well, let me mention three main noise problems we have at Magic Ears. The first one is a parent talking. You know what I mean, where there's a parent right here and they're repeating every word that you say as a teacher. That's very distracting to us as a teacher and to our other students. Another problem is background noise, where there's a TV or there's music playing in the background. So again, it's really important to mute in that situation. A third problem is equipment noise. Some of our students don't have headsets, and there could be a bad echo coming back. Again, that distracts the teacher and distracts our other students. So in all these situations and any other noise, we ask that you mute immediately. Please don't be tempted to wait a couple of minutes hoping that the problem will get better. It's likely that in those 2 minutes, you're going to get a complaint from one of the parents. So please mute immediately. Now, after we've decided to mute a student, it's really important that we report the problem using the Help button. The Help button lets the support team know what the problem is, and they can go to work and they can try to correct the situation. The reason this is so important is, number one, it keeps a quiet environment in our classroom, but it helps, when we report it, it helps the student because the support team will try to help them so they can come back to a normal learning environment. So let's demonstrate what we're talking about so you can see exactly what we mean and see how simple the process really is. So we have two students in our class. We have student Eve and we have student Daisy. Both wonderful students, and they want to enjoy the class. So let's see what kind of environment we have. Now this is not the type of environment that everyone can enjoy the class. There's definitely some noise. So what we'll do is we will mute all to get the environment quiet. And then we're going to unmute the students one by one. It'll help us to see where the noise is coming from. So I unmute Daisy, and we can see that student Daisy has a nice quiet environment that she can enjoy the class. Now we'll unmute Eve, and right away we hear it's noisy. Daisy can't enjoy the class in this environment, so we have to mute her immediately. I even waited a little too long there just so you could hear what the noise was. We want to mute immediately in that situation. After we mute, the next thing we'll do is report the problem by using the Help button. When we click the Help button, we'll see a drop-down box with all the different problems that are common at Magic Ears. So in this situation, we right away see background noise applies, and we click background noise. Then we get this wonderful pop-up box in the middle that lets us choose which student has the problem. We choose Eve, and we report the problem, and it sends it out. And that's it. It's as simple as that. The problem is reported, and we can continue teaching the class, and our students can enjoy it. Also, Eve will get the help she needs to correct that situation. Now, we might wonder, when would I unmute the student? Well, our support team goes to work right away. They'll contact the parents, and if they have fixed the problem, they will send you a pop-up message that will let you know that you can unmute student Eve. When you see that pop-up message, just like this, we can unmute Eve. So we unmute her. We notice there's still a sound problem. In that case, we would right away mute her again, and we would re-report the problem. Background noise. It's still Eve with the problem. and we send it back to the support team, and they'll try to fix it for us. So remember, it's up to you as a teacher to make the final decision as to whether the noise problem is still there. Sometimes our support team tries to help it. They think they've solved it for us, and it's not really solved. So continue to mute if it's there. If the situation was better and Eve had no noise, I would unmute her and continue teaching and let her enjoy the class as normal. Now, there is another situation where we will briefly unmute our students even if they have a noise problem. If we meet a page like this, our Let's Practice page, in this situation we always have to do one-to-one interaction with our students. So at this point, I'll go to interactive mode, which is right here. I'll click the interaction button, and it brings me immediately onto the stage. And I'm going to go through all our students and pronounce the word red. Well, we don't want Eve to miss out on this, even though she has a noise problem. So I'll bring Eve up. Automatically, she'll be unmuted. Hi, Eve. Can you say red?
Red.
Good job. Thank you, Eve. I give her a trophy, but I also put her right back down so that she becomes muted again. And the other students can still enjoy the class. So just for that brief moment when we do one-to-one interaction, we will unmute Eve and allow her to pronounce the word, and then we go back and leave her muted if the problem is still there. The other advantage of doing this is if I brought Eve back up to the platform and there was no noise anymore, I could decide as a teacher to leave her unmuted if I notice that situation has improved. Great. So, just to review, it's so important to mute. Please mute whenever you see any type of noise problem in the class. We want all our students to enjoy their class and have a great environment to learn in. When you mute, you have to use the help button to report the problem. So click help, choose the problem. In this case, let's say it's parents talking. It's Eve still. We report the problem and let them know about it. If we report, that allows our support team to give her the help that she needs. So mute, report the problem, and only unmute when you receive a pop-up message from the support team telling you that you can unmute. Or if you meet a Let's Practice page or any other time when you need to do one-to-one interaction, you can briefly unmute the student so they can enjoy that part of the class. I hope this helps you understand our policy with regards to muting and reporting the problem. Thanks a lot, everyone.